Bills at Rams. Rams 4.5-point home favorites. Bills are coming off of a splattering of the 49ers last week in a beautiful snow game, by the way. Josh Allen both passed, rushed, and caught a touchdown. So the man can do it all. Also got engaged last week to his little lady friend. So he's riding high. Something to note. That's a football analysis. Point total here is 49. The model has this game as 23.5 to 19.5 Bills. So right around what Vegas spread is. So no discrepancy there. BJ, you have the Bills to win and cover. I have the Bills to win here. I have no comment on the point spread here. I actually think the Rams might be able to keep this one close for a couple of reasons here, but Buffalo offense playing hotter than none. I mean, EPA, 5th overall in the league, adjusted, 13th overall success rate on the offensive side of the ball, and you pivot over and you look at what the LA defense is, man, they're 30th in the league in both of those metrics. They also allow 231 passing yards per game. They also give up 158 rushing yards per game on the ground. So this Buffalo offense is licking their chops. So point spread's only 4.5. You would think, based off of that little glimpse into the point spread right there, that it would be a bit wider margin. So let's talk about why that's going on here, Beej. Los Angeles offense is still really, really good. You know, now that they have Puka Nacua back and Cooper Kupp back, they can absolutely drive the football down the field, you know, at will sometimes. I mean, you look at it, they're only 18th overall in adjusted EPA per play, but they're second overall in offensive success rate. So they're consistently successful. McVay is really, really good play caller. This is nothing that nobody already knows. Buffalo defense, you can absolutely run the football against this team too. You know, they're 31st in the league in rushing yards per attempt. They want you to do that, you know? And so I have a feeling they'll want the Rams to do this again, but with a guy like Matthew Stafford slinging that tater, you can still exploit this defense here a little bit. So, Bidge, I do think the Rams keep it close and competitive. I just love the way that this game lays out for both teams. I think it's going to be more offensively driven, more so than the defense. The only concern I have is the Rams' offensive line. They're pretty bad at giving up pressures. They allow over 11 pressures per game. So Buffalo defense could have a field day there. But if the Rams can hold up on the offensive line front, this game could be close. But we've seen Josh Allen do it again and again and again. He gets everybody involved on the offense. This week he had Mac Hollins catching touchdowns. So yeah. It's like impossible to stop. So similar question to how I asked you, if you were Green Bay, how do you stop the Lions offense? If you're the Rams and your defense is shitty, now I say that, metrically speaking, they're bad, but they have some dudes that they drafted this offseason, namely Jared Verse, who's really come onto the scene lately. He can make a splash, but if you're the Rams defense and you're Sean McVay, what's your game plan here to try and stop Josh Allen, who just seems virtually unstoppable?
Yeah, well, I think something that pretty much the way I answered the last one also, you got to make a team one-dimensional if you're going to kind of dictate how they're going to run their offense. So I don't feel like you're going to be able to contain – sorry, Harley's going crazy. I don't think you can contain Josh Allen throwing the ball and playmaking like he does. So for me, again, I say if you can stop the rushing attack from the running backs, I don't know if you're going to be able to stop Josh's rushing attack, but if you can stop it from the design carries to the running backs, I think that it will really help them in coverage, just to kind of be putting them in plus, or put the Bills in minus yard situations, and third and longs to be able to try to counteract that. That's what I would start with.
Yeah, I mean, this Bills rushing attack is sneaky good. I mean,
it's so good.
They're averaging over 120 yards per game on the ground, 4.3 yards per carry. It's really solid. It's really, really solid. One thing that they do well is they don't allow pressures on the offensive side of the ball. Their offensive line is holding up really good. Now, a lot of that is due to the ability of Josh Allen to just get out and make plays. His pocket awareness is really great. We all know he's great with his legs. So that's partially due to that. But if Jared Verse can let loose a little bit, tackle him, wrap them up and make some big plays. I think that's a good start there as well. But I love the idea stopping the run and just making Josh Allen, one-dimensional in a way. He still could beat you that way. Mm-hmm. But you gotta hope that your secondary can make some plays, and then maybe he's a little off here and there with his timing. So I agree, man. That's a good wrap up there.
You just can't let an offense do whatever they want. Kind of the way the Lions can kind of do whatever they want. Typically, you got to take something away that gives you at least some edge. So that's where I would go with that.
And I think that this similar to the Green Bay and Lions game. A lot of people are expecting fireworks and points. You would kind of expect that here. It's the second highest total game on the slate at 49 points, but history shows that when two offensive-minded teams go head-to-head against each other, they tend to actually be lower scoring, and so I could see that playing out here. They also slowed the game down quite a bit. The Rams and the Buffalo Bills do. So they only average 9.4 drives per game. LA offense does. So whereas the league hovers a little below 11 more often than not, some teams, more. So I could see the Rams. We harp on this a lot, but if the Rams really do take advantage of the Bills letting them run the ball up the middle, it could be a big Kyron Williams game, and they get down to the red zone and actually make a big play in the passing game with Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and kind of press on the throat a little bit, it could go in favor of the Rams. Absolutely. Yeah. So
I think they need to do that. And I think that they can get explosive plays from doing that. If running the ball with Kyron, he's a very explosive player. You can definitely get big plays that way.
If there's anybody that can scheme up a phenomenal run game that is consistently successful, it's Sean McVay. So it could be a fun one. Don't sleep on the Rams here. Their defense is a huge gaping hole. That's a problem, of course. But other than that, I really like the Rams to cover here, keep it close. But I do like the Bills to win. They're just too good right now. They're just too good.